Hi, welcome back to Adobe Illustrator CC 2021 Classroom Read a Book, Chapter 4. This is part 2 of editing and combining shapes. So in our last video, we went ahead and made this purple dinosaur. Now we're going to go ahead and make the orange one. So let's go ahead and dive back into Illustrator. And let's switch our artboard to the second artboard so we can see what's going on there. Now the first thing we're going to create with this dinosaur is a part of his eyeball, part of his pupil. So let's go ahead with our selection tool and grab that gray circle. With the gray circle, we're going to go ahead and move it so it overlaps the yellow circle to its right. So we're going to go ahead and bring it over until we get kind of that intersect in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and let go. So the next thing we're going to do is we want to drag across to put both of them together. So I'm going to drag across. Now I've got both of them selected. And now I want to create kind of a compound path, because what I'm going to do is knock the gray out of the middle so I only end up with a yellow outline. So let's go ahead and do Object, and let's do Compound Path and Make. So that creates, this is going to be part of his eyeball in the end. Okay, let's go ahead and now grab the group of lines with our selection tool. And let's go ahead and drag those onto our yellow shape. And you might need to do Object Bring to Front, depending on how it's laid out. Mine ended up on top, so we're okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and drag across both the circles and come here to my Properties panel and do Group. Let's go ahead and do a deselect, select, and deselect, and do a Control S to save. All right, so now we've created part of his eyeball. The next thing we're going to do is start combining some shapes. So next, we're going to go ahead and come down to our toolbar. We want to actually swap the fill and stroke. So we're going to go ahead and click Swap Fill and Stroke. And this is going to help us create a triangle here, which will eventually become, I don't know what we're actually making. Part of him somehow. All right. Anyway, we're making part of him. All right. So let's go ahead and press and hold our rectangle tool. And we want to go ahead and come down to Polygon. So we're going to actually be drawing a polygon over on this, kind of looks like a fish or an eyeball to me. And we're going to, this is one of those, we have to pay attention, don't let go of the bounce button yet. So we're going to start in the middle, we're going to drag a polygon. And we're going to go ahead, don't let go of the mouse button. I want you to press the down arrow a couple times until we actually get a triangle, so something with 3 sides. Don't let go of the mouse button. Go ahead and hit Shift, so it flattens that out for us. And now we can go ahead and let go of the mouse button. So now we're going to go ahead and with our selection tool, drag this path, drag this triangle path down so it's a kind of intersects here with the top. And let's go ahead and let go. And we're going to go ahead and, okay, so that's where we got so far. So now we're going to go ahead and shrink that until it's actually the same size. Our triangle is the same size as this one is here. So let's go ahead and grab that top part and bring it down there. Let's bring the bottom up to the bottom and bring those sides in just a touch. All right, so I'm happy with that. So now I have another arrow, I have another one on top of that one. And we are ready to go. So next thing we're going to do is start playing with that shape builder tool. So we're going to go to our selection tool. We're going to go to the drag across the whole thing, and let's make it all orange so we can kind of see it better. Yellow is a little bit awful. Let's go ahead and choose an orange. You're not actually going to see the orange in the end, so it doesn't matter. Let's take that stroke weight up to about 5 points, so it's really nice and wide for us, and hit enter. Nope, cancel. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and start to build these shapes. So we've got this selected. We're going to edit shapes with the shape builder. So we need to have our shape selected. We go ahead to our shape builder over on the left hand side. And it's going to say, okay, what do you want to combine together? So the first thing I want to combine together are these several shapes right here. So I'm going to go ahead with my mouse. I'm going to click outside. I'm going to drag in until I've got both of those elements selected. Kind of looks like a Star Trek badge. And I'm going to let go. And it's going to go ahead and make those into one single shape for me. All right, so now we need to do a few more things to our shape. So we're going to go ahead. I know what we're doing. We're making the beak. We're making this little part in here. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and with the shape still selected, we're going to hit Option if you're on a Mac or Alt, and we're going to show a minus, and we're going to take a few shapes out. So what we want to do is take out this little section right here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit my Alt and click right here and make that section go away. Remember, the gray underneath isn't really showing. I'm going to hit Alt and take that other section out right here. And now I want to Option drag with a Mac or Alt drag with the window in order to get rid of these two kind of eyebrows here at the top. So let's go at Alt and take those out. And now I want to go ahead and get rid of this bottom part as well, so I truly end up with just the Star Trek badge. So I'm going to hold my Alt, I'm going to come up and over and down, and now I've got just my Star Trek badge, which is totally what I want. Let's do Control S and save. And now let's go ahead with our selection tool. We're going to go ahead and swap the fill and the stroke. So come back down to your toolbar. Let's swap it. So it's going to go ahead and fill that in. Oh, we didn't get rid of this one shape. So let's do an undo. And why did it fill that? Oh, we still have that piece there. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that one piece. Now we should have. There we go. Now we have one single shape. All right, now we're going to go ahead and swap that fill. So now we've got it filled with orange, totally perfect the way we want it to be. And now we're going to go ahead and assemble this second dinosaur. So this one's a little bit easier than the last one. With our selection tool, we're going to grab this beak and bring it in, kind of put it right above his teeth a little bit. You can always adjust with your arrows, depending on where you want. And let's go ahead and do a arrange, send to back. Oh, too far back. So let's do an undo. Let's do arrange, send it backward. Arrange, send backward a couple times until we get it where we want it to be. All right, now we're going to go ahead and grab this eyeball part. You're going to see it's way too big. So we're going to go ahead and play with that a little bit. Let's do Control Plus and zoom in. And let's go ahead and all right, we're going to grab that, the yellow circle. We're going to drag it down into place. We're going to go ahead with our shift, hold it down, bring it way down, grab my selection, bring it up. We do want this to be kind of the pupil area. So it needs to be smaller than the eyeballs. Control plus a little bit, make it easier to grab. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and hit my Alt and drag and make a copy. So now I have two eyeballs. I'll go ahead and select out and do a Control S and save. Let's do a Control minus a couple times. And now you have created the orange dinosaur. So now in the next one, we'll go ahead and pick up the last dinosaur.